Welcome to SATV News. This is Anaf Hussain with our headlines. Jamaat says Amir's X account among several hacked in cyber attack. Shafiqur reaffirms support for women's leadership. BNP questions Jamaat chief's hacked excuse after anti-woman post. Tariq's campaign set to move to Khulna Jashore on Monday. ICD sets 5 February for verdict in Ashulia killings. Body burning case takes cognizance of crimes against humanity. Now in details. A recent cyber attack targeted the official X handle of Bangladesh Jamaat-e-Islami Amir Shafiqur Rahman, along with the social media accounts of several others. Senior leaders, the party's central campaign team said today. In a statement, the team said using a high sophisticated and coordinated method, the attackers were able to temporarily take control of one social media account. However, through swift action and the use of existing security protocols, our cyber team successfully regained control. As a result, no other accounts were compromised, and the security of all remaining platforms has been effectively ensured, the statement reads. Jamaat-e-Islami Amir Shafiqur Rahman has reiterated his party's position on women, saying false and misleading content circulated on social media had disordered its long-stated policies after the party claimed that some of its leaders' social media accounts, including Shafiqur's, were targeted by hackers. In a post on his verified Facebook page today, Shafiqur said, "There has been false and misleading content circulating on social media aimed at misrepresenting our position. I am sharing this to clarify our values and to refocus the conversation, our policies. Our manifesto has been clear from day one. We want women active and respected in education, healthcare, administration, on entrepreneurship and public services. We commit to entrepreneur education for girls, safe campuses, zero tolerance for harassment, women-centered healthcare in every district, equal pay, safe workplaces, childcare support and skill trainings." BNP on Sunday questioned the credibility of Jamaat-e-Islami Amir's claim that his social media account was hacked, saying the claim came nearly 9 hours after controversial anti-woman post triggered widespread criticism. After facing strong criticism over a misogynistic post, the hacking claim was made around 1 a.m. How reasonable is it to make such a claim 9 hours later, said BNP Election Steering Committee spokesperson Mahdi Amin. Speaking at a press conference at the party's Gulshan election office, he said, if any important or verified social media account is hacked, the first responsibility is to inform the public immediately to prevent confusion. But in this case, the hacking claim came only after public anger spread. Naturally, questions arise about how credible this claim is. Mahdi also said that during the period in question, several posts were made from Jamaat Amir's Facebook account, but there was no mention that his X account was hacked. BNP chairman Tariq Rahman will campaign in Khulna and Jashore on Monday, following the completion of his electioneering in the northern region. Tariq will leave Dhaka for Khulna by helicopter at 11 a.m. on Monday, said BNP media cell member Sairul Kabir Khan. He said the BNP chief is scheduled to join an election rally at 12 noon at the Prabhati school ground adjacent to Haj Mohsin College in Khulna. Tariq will then leave Khulna for Jashore by helicopter at 1 p.m., Sairul said. He said the BNP chairman will address another election rally at 1:40 p.m. at the Biramharpur Adarsha Government Primary School ground in the new town area of Jashore. Tariq is expected to leave Jashore for Dhaka by helicopter at 2:40 p.m. The BNP chairman began his election campaign on January 22 from Sylhet Alia Madrasa ground. BNP on Sunday alleged that an unusual large number of voters had been migrated to certain constituencies in Dhaka city and other parts of the country and demanded constituency-wise data on voter migration from the Election Commission. The allegation came as a BNP delegation led by Election Steering Committee Chairman Nazrul Islam Khan met Chief Election Commissioner A.M.M. Nasiruddin at Nirbachan Bhavan in the city. A large number of voters migrated to some specific constituencies, which is unusual, said Nazrul Islam Khan, while briefing reporters after the meeting. In response, the EC told them the number of migrated voters to each constituency is not more than 2,000 to 3,000, he said. Election Commissioner Brigadier General Abul Fazal MD Sanaullah on Sunday said there is no scope for irregularities in the expatriate voting process. Live verification has been made mandatory and intelligence agency members will be deployed to ensure ballot security, he said at a view exchange meeting with law enforcement cell and digital and observation team at Borishal Circuit House in the morning. The election commissioner said ballots used for expatriate voters will carry a total of 119 symbols, which may require comparatively more time for opening envelopes and counting votes accurately. He said only the presiding officer will be allowed to carry a pen inside the polling center, while all other officials and concerned personnel will use pencil. Sanaullah said 10 magistrates will be deployed in each constituency during voting, and the commission is particularly alert to prevent irregularities through mobile financial services. The International Crimes Tribunal 2 has fixed 5 February for delivering its verdict in a crimes against humanity case over the killing of 7 people, including the burning of 6 bodies during the July uprising in Ashulia. The date was set today by the 3-member tribunal led by Justice Nazrul Islam Chaudhry. Earlier on 20 January, the tribunal concluded hearings in the case and kept it under consideration for judgment after completing arguments from both the prosecution and the defense. Prosecutor Mizanul Islam presented rebuttal arguments on behalf of the prosecution, while state defense lawyers MD Amir Hossain, Mirajul Alam and Abul Hassan argued for the accused throughout the day. Viewers, we are taking a short break. Stay with us.
সারা দেশে লাখো মানুষের কঠোর কর্মতৎপরতা ও নিষ্ঠায় এসএ পরিবহন পার্সেল অ্যান্ড কুরিয়ার সার্ভিস এখন 16 কোটি মানুষের হাতের নাগালে। দীর্ঘ 30 বছর ধরে বিশ্বস্ততা ও দ্রুততার সাথে সেবা দেওয়ায় গ্রাহক সেবায় এখন শীর্ষে। বাংলাদেশে গ্রাহক সেবার সাফল্যের পর এসএ পরিবহন পার্সেল অ্যান্ড কুরিয়ার সার্ভিস এখন বিশ্ব বাণিজ্য কেন্দ্র সিঙ্গাপুরে। আপনার যে কোনো পণ্য সিঙ্গাপুর থেকে বাংলাদেশে বুকিং এর জন্য যোগাযোগ করুন। এসএ পরিবহন প্রাইভেট লিমিটেড, লজিস্টিক্স পার্সেল অ্যান্ড কুরিয়ার সার্ভিস, 22 Roberts Lane, Singapore 218302. Phone 0065 629 24900. বাংলাদেশ থেকে সিঙ্গাপুরে পণ্য বুকিং এর জন্য যোগাযোগ করুন ঢাকা সহ দেশের যে কোনো 80টি শাখা কেন্দ্রে। এসএ পরিবহন পার্সেল অ্যান্ড কুরিয়ার সার্ভিস, আপনার সেবা সব সময়।
Welcome, Grand Palace Hotel, Dhaka. A majestic lobby blending timeless elegance with modern design. Experience 5-star comfort.
Welcome back. You're watching SATV News. News from abroad. An explosion ripped an apartment building in Iran's southern port city of Bandar Abbas on Saturday, killing a 4-year-old girl and injuring at least 14 others, just a day before Iran is set to hold a naval drill in the strategically vital Strait of Hormuz. Iranian state television quoted a local fire official as saying the blast was caused by a gas leak. Footage aired by local media showed rescuers carrying out an injured man wearing a green security force uniform on a stretcher, though officials did not confirm his identity. Iran's paramilitary Revolutionary Guard denied reports that any
In suites and rooms, sophisticated fine dining restaurant, crystal clear swimming pool for ultimate relaxation, modern gym and serene spa for well-being. Perfect venue for corporate events, weddings and parties.
US President Donald Trump said on Saturday that Iran is negotiating with the United States. The plan is that in talks with US, and we'll see whether any can be achieved. Otherwise, we will see what happens, Trump told a Fox News correspondent. He said that the last time they negotiated, we had to remove their nuclear capabilities. It didn't work, you know. Then we did it in a different way, and we will see what happens. We have a large fleet moving there, larger than what we had and still have, actually, in Venezuela, Trump said. Trump also said the United States could not share military plans with Gulf allies while negotiations with Iran were underway. We can't tell them the plan. If I told them the plan, it would be almost as bad as telling you the plan. It could be worse. Actually, he said, responding to reporters that Gulf allies remain ununiformed about potential US intervention plans involving Iran. President Volodymyr Zelensky said on Saturday that Ukraine was waiting for more information from the United States about further peace talks and expected new meetings to take place next week. Zelensky's statement during his nightly video address appeared to suggest that a meeting scheduled for Sunday in the United Arab Emirates between representatives of Ukraine, Russia, and the United States would not take place. The three-sided held a round of talks a week ago. We are in constant communication with the American side and are expecting specific details from them regarding further meetings. Zelensky said Ukraine is ready to work in all working formats. It is important that there be results and that the meetings take place. We are counting on meetings next week and are preparing for them. A federal judge on Saturday ordered the release of Adrian Congeno Arias and his 5-year-old son, Liam Conejo Ramos, whom immigration officers detained during a Minnesota raid. The boy seen in a now viral photo wearing a blue bunny hat outside his house as federal agents stood nearby was one of 4 students detained by immigration officials earlier this month in a Minneapolis suburb, according to the Columbian Heights Public School District. This case has its genesis in the ill-conceived and incompetent implemented government pursuit of daily deportation quotas, apparently even if it's required traumatizing children, U.S. District Judge Fred Berry wrote in a ruling published on Saturday.
Very, very unfortunate incident. I don't like that he had a gun. I don't like that he had 2 fully loaded magazines. That's a lot of bad stuff. And despite that, I say that's a very unfortunate.
What do you think of some Republicans saying?
Hospitals in Gaza said Israeli strikes killed at least 30 Palestinians, including several children, on Saturday, one of the highest tolls since October ceasefire, a day after Israel accused Hamas of a new truce violations. The strikes hits locations throughout Gaza, including an apartment building in Gaza City and a tent camp in Khan Yunis, said officials at hospital.
Seamless and secured. Elegant and eye-catching design. Indulge, relax, discover the first 5-star chain hotels in Bangladesh. Grand Palace Hotel Dhaka, 22 Kakrail, Dhaka, Bangladesh.
Welcome to Grand Club at Mirpur 10.
India on Friday firmly rejected any institution of wrongdoing after Prime Minister Narendra Modi's name appeared in a reference contained in newly released files from the United States Department of Justice related to disgraced financier Jeffrey Epstein. Responding to media reports, External Affairs Ministry spokesperson Ranveer Jaiswal said an email cited in the so-called Epstein file mentioned the Prime Minister only in connection with his official visit to Israel in July 2017. He stressed that apart from that fact, the rest of the claims were unfounded and should be treated with complete contempt. A wave of coordinated suicide bombings and gun attacks across Pakistan's southwestern Balochistan province killed at least 33 people on Saturday, while security forces killed 92 militants in retaliation operations, the military said. Among the dead were 18 civilians and 15 members of the security forces. Officials described the violence as one of the deadliest single days for militants in the province in decades. Authorities said a total of 133 militants have been killed in Balochistan over the past 48 hours. The attack targeted civilians as well as police stations, a high-security prison, and paramilitary installation in several districts. The outlawed Baloch Liberation Army (BLA) claimed responsibility, releasing propaganda videos that showed female fighters taking part in the assaults. Provincial Health Minister Bakht Muhammad Kakar said the attack began almost simultaneously, prompting authorities to declare an emergency at hospital. Iran considers as terrorist groups the armies of EU countries that listed the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps on the bloc's list of terrorist organization. Parliament Speaker Mohammad Bakir Kalibaf said on Sunday. The EU marked a symbolic shift in its approach to Iran's leadership on Thursday by designating the Revolutionary Guards as a terrorist organization following what turned out to be the Islamic Republic's bloodiest crackdown of protests since its establishment in 1979. By trying to hit the Revolutionary Guards, the Europeans actually shot themselves in the foot and once again made a decision against the interest of their peoples by blindly obeying the Americans. Mohammad Bakir Kalibaf told his fellow MPs, all wearing Revolutionary Guards uniforms, in support to the elite force. According to Article 7 of the law on countermeasures against the designated of the Revolutionary Guards as a terrorist organization, the European armies countries are considered terrorist groups. As tensions rise between Iran and the United States, Tehran authorities have moved to strengthen civil defense measures, designated 82 metro stations and over 300 underground spaces as emergency shelters. Ali Nasiri, head of the Tehran Crisis Management Organization, told media on Saturday that the Passive Defense Committee of Tehran municipality surveyed existing shelters and identified around 518 older shelters in schools, though only 20% are currently restorable, reports Andolan Agency. The 82 metro stations are being equipped with essential facilities, including restrooms, waters, and food supplies. Shelter signs and levels are expected to be completed soon. Additional underground locations such as parking lots and public complexes have also been unmarked as emergency shelters, which once operational could accommodate around 2.5 million residents. Tehran's population ranges from 10 to 12 million, rising to 15 to 16 million, including the greater metropolitan areas. Before ending, we go through the headlines again. Jamaat says Amir's X account among several hacked in cyber attack. Shafiqur reaffirms support for women's leadership. BNP questions Jamaat chief's hacked excuse after anti-woman post. Tariq's campaign set to move to Khulna Jashore on Monday. ICT sets 5 February for verdict in Ashulia killings body burning case, takes cognizance of crimes against humanity. You are up to date with our top stories so far here on SATV. And to know the latest news, visit www.satv.tv. Stay with us.